Hello and welcome back. This short video is about basic modelling. Now I've shown you some cutting of the card, but I've made this little box. Now I was kind of like, well, I started off with a box like this. I thought, well, it's kind of lots of printed information on it. I thought, how can I make that, rather than make my own box, how can I make this box into that? Now I took it apart, I undid all the tabs at the bottom, and I felt around inside. And when you feel inside, you can see that, well, you can feel that there's a little tab down there. This is the same for most boxes. Now what this allows me to do is it allows me to carefully open up this box along that tab, like so. And I end up with this kind of, I suppose we'd call it a development of the box before it gets printed like that. Now what I can then do is I can just use the box as it is, and I can fold it over, and I can use the tab that was there, the existing tab, rather than make my own. It's about working smarter rather than working harder. I can tidy that up a little bit, and I can take that together like that. Now before I do that, what I'm going to want to get rid of these tabs. So I'm going to get rid of those two tabs, and again I'm going to just tape them together. Now it's easier to do this when it's flat rather than when I might get rid of a couple more as well. Take that one out. Take that one out too. Let's have another little look. Yeah, maybe keep those two. I'm just going to take those together. This is where you need two pairs of hands, or you can get someone to help you. Oops. I'm making this look much harder than it actually is. There we go. Get that on there. And take that across. So I have two boxes like that. Now I could go on and do that with this box, I can do it with other boxes too, but I've got my starting point for my modelling. And now what I want to do is I want to start thinking about how these could go together. So if I think about these two, I could stack them like that. I could stack them like that. I could cantilever it out. I could spin it round like that. I'm starting to get some kind of interesting shapes. Now, again, we go back to the scale. Now, if I go for the big scale with the big figure like that, this then becomes, you know, relatively quite a bit smaller. But if I go for my smallest scale, if I've got my little figure like that, I can then start to see that, you know, this could be some kind of dwelling house or some kind of home. Now I quite like, let's have a little try, side by side, round like that. I might put that right out over the edge. Now you can see that when I cantilever that out, that starts to go down. So maybe I have to think about how I can support that. Now again, if I just mark that out very, very carefully, or very, very quickly, not that carefully, I'm going to use a thick pen. Let's have a little look. About there. And I'm going to trim that down with my scissors, taking care again. Let's have a little. Now that's quite interesting. If I think about that, well, what could that be? It could just be a pillar holding that together, or holding that up so when it cantilevers out, or it could become an opening. Maybe that's a spiral staircase leading up to here. I don't know. I haven't really thought about the floor plan yet. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to talk about how we can change our model into our floor plan. Now I quite like that as the first of my models. I'll spin it around so you can see it. I think there's quite a bit of interesting opportunities. So I'm going to stop that there, and then I'm going to go and start making a floor plan. Thank you.